You know, I wanted to spend this whole video ripping into that film that just came out, Gravity. And then I realised I haven't actually seen it yet, so I did a bit of Googling, and it turns out that pretty much everything I thought would be wrong with it is actually wrong with it. It's apparently a pretty shitty film that looks very nice. But isn't that always the way with films these days? This is apparently something they made that people could use the Oculus Rift with, like, you know, that video goggle thing. Since I obviously don't have one, I'm probably missing out on some of the experience, but thought I'd play with it anyway. Oh, but I started out with some fairly innocent sort of search terms on Google. I went Gravity bad movie, Gravity bad script, bad dialogue, stuff like that, just to see what people were complaining about. I started to get a bit more creative, like Sandra Bullock, dumb, stupid, stuff like that. Coming up with some interesting posts, and then I type in George Clooney, like, I start looking for things that he might be selling in the film, product placement wise, like cologne and stuff like that, and I go George Clooney wristwatch, because I've been telling people that this movie's nothing but a big excuse for him to sell wristwatches. Either they're kidding or there's actually a bit in the film where you can see him wearing one, and I'm just, I nearly shat my pants because it's just so fucking typical. George Clooney is one of these fucking top drawer Hollywood hotshots that just no one wants to say a bad thing about. I've always suspected that he's a piece of shit, and you know, this kind of confirms it. Wristwatches, unless they were making that up. I haven't seen the film, so well, I don't really get the controls of this thing. Whoa. I'm drifting sideways. For educational use only. Is it okay if I educate my subscribers, or is that off limits? Whoa, hang on, what are we doing? Okay, I've got A and D, and there's some sort of rotation. But they just... What the hell? Now it's working in reverse. Okay. E. Whoa. Oh, cool. Oh, it's the Earth. I should have at least watched the trailer for Gravity before doing this. He says something like, what do you call it? Isn't it beautiful? Or beautiful, isn't it? Or some shit. Actually, I know very little about George Clooney now, to be completely honest with you. I know he's been in that film, that good movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? But I'm pretty sure the rest of his career has been taken up by utter trash, hasn't it? Like, I don't know. For somebody who's so into movies, I don't really watch that many of them. Okay, we've got some rotation going now. Okay, I checked the controls before. Right click for your wristwatch. Left click doesn't appear to do... Oh, hey. The rules of product placement? Oh god, I'm turning into a Japanese man. No, the rules of product placement dictate that your product has to be on the screen for a certain amount of time, otherwise you don't get paid. And then the sun's coming up. Hey, Sandra. I don't get this thing with Sandra Bullock either. She's never been a very good actress. What was that movie with the bus? And Keanu Reeves? They were terrible in that movie. The only good thing about that movie was Dennis Hopper. I'm so sad that he's dead. He's one of these people that I kind of forgot was dead. And then I started to think about it. Shit, haven't seen Dennis Hopper in anything for a while. There's my shadow. Check that out. And I do a bit of looking around. Yeah, he died like 3 years ago or something from ball cancer or some I don't know. Whoa, we are drifting away from the space station. Oh, and I don't know how to fucking control it. At least I've got a jetpack. I think in the movie Sandra Bullock gets like hit for a home run and she hasn't got a jetpack or anything. I think that's what happens. I don't know. I just don't have any respect for Hollywood types who take my favourite subject, which is space, and try to make it boring. No respect for these people. If you want to watch something far more interesting than Gravity, you should just watch one of those videos where I think a couple of astronauts did it. They take you on like a little guided tour of the space station with a little video camera. Oh, shit. Shouldn't drink in space. No, I don't think these controls make a lot of sense. Oh, it's so tragic. A couple of weeks ago, I was like, "Hey, David, there's been an update to what's it called? Surgery simulator." I'm like, "Let's do the thing that because you operate on an alien and you pull his organs out and all that crap." We couldn't even unlock that. So like we were you have to like win, I think, all the operations to get to that or some shit. I don't know. Whatever it is you have to do to get to that, we couldn't do it. So. Yeah. I'm not sure why I think of that. I think it's because we're in space. What is that thing over there? Graphical glitches? Whoa! Whoa! Because I'm holding down E just to see what happens. Yeah. There are now 1 astronaut. What the fuck? Am I alone out here? Let's hang on. See if we can't look around, see if there's anyone else. Beautiful, isn't it? I don't even know what George Clooney sounds like. Can't really do an impersonation of him. Let's get some iTunes cracking. What's wrong, Chief? Having a little trouble walking? You have 1 shot, you better make it good. When you're ready for your little girlfriend, you better go. You better go. Take the shot. Come on, take it. Take the shot. I'll mess you up. Meanwhile, Skylar's there with a sort of fish out of water expression. She wears that pretty solidly for all 5 seasons of Breaking Bad, which I have intense admiration for. She's really practiced at it. By the time like the last episodes came around, Skylar really did just look up all the time, like a professional StarCraft player. Oh, it's my favourite music out of any episode of Breaking Bad. Oh, except for wait a minute. Yeah, here we go. Uh-oh. And then Scotty pulls on his space helmet. Hang on, wait for it. It's coming. Which part of the song is happening? So spooky! Oh, there are now 0 astronauts. I must have killed them with my Heisenberg hat. Oh, well, as you've probably ascertained by now, I don't know how to control this thing, and if I can't control my spacesuit, I can't make a video, but I can see my house. Does he say that in the film? Maybe that's why they're all needlessly hating on it. He probably just says something cliched like, hey, Sandra, I can see my house. And Sandra Bullock's like, oh my god, don't let me die! Keep breathing, honey. Has anybody seen Gravity? Can you tell me, is it full of like, I trust you. I trust you! Say you trust me. And, I believe in you! I believe in you, Mr. Clooney. Well, I'm still going to call him Mr. Clooney. Maybe she calls him Captain Clooney. I don't know. Shit, is that the moon? That's weird. I thought I saw the moon and now it's disappeared. Sandra Bullock. Oh, God. No, okay. I don't even know how to get back to the space station. There's probably no actual, like... What is this? Is that my oxygen meter? Well, it's still on the green. We got plenty of time. Oh, what the hell. I mean, that whole Oculus Rift thing. First of all, I looked it up, and it looks really flimsy. Like, I don't know if they have some sort of, like, if it's just at the experimental stage now, and one day they'll make it look really cool. Like, you look like Cyclops from the X-Men cartoon. When he was still blue and yellow, I mean, when it was still awesome. I don't mean that Queen from the movies. If they made it look something like that, that'd be awesome. But at the moment, it just looks like sort of just like cardboard that's been sticky taped to your head. I mean, I'm... Sorry. I have triumphant music from some movie playing in my head because I'm very good with movie soundtracks. Like, I can hear the whole movements, whole suites playing in my head, but I fucking can't recall the name right now. Oh, wait a minute. It's when Kirk rescues Spock in the 3rd Star Trek film, and he's climbing the rocks, and he looks at the sun setting over all the lava because the planet's giving way, and there goes bah, 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 like that. It's got other bits, but like there's a real problem with vocalizing a whole symphony. Anyway, yeah, I gotta stop recording, but it's got motion blur. What was I going to say about the Oculus Rift? I'm the kind of idiot that would buy one, but sort of all the stuff that I bought for the channel, I've probably told you this before, has been towards like helping make videos for you guys. Like, for instance, the monitor that I bought is really shit. Things always look underwhelming as far as the color and the contrast goes, but I never really cared about that because the end product is for you guys to watch stuff, and so it doesn't matter what it looks like to me as long as you guys can see what's happening. But so yeah, the idea of having an Oculus Rift was like, well, unless they invent some dumbass way for YouTube videos to be sort of watched through the thing, be no point in me having one because it's all about making shit for you guys. But anyway, that is Spacewalk. Yeah, you know, I think I'd rather just build a space station in Kerbal and fly around there. But yeah, it's pretty. Alright, thanks for that, guys.